Dear gentle sewist, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Anna. In today's tutorial, I will be teaching you how to cut and sew a pleated neck ruffle. Let's get into it. For the pleated neck ruffle, you would need just two measurements: the height of the ruffle and the neck circumference. For the neck circumference, take your tape rule round your neck and record whatever measurements you have. Make sure it is not too tight. And for the height of the ruffle, this is based on choice, depending on how high or how low you want. Here, I am using 13 centimeter. Once you have these two measurements, you're going to draft a rectangular box and you would divide each box into even slots, but the minimum should be 2 centimeter. It should not be lower than 2 centimeter. Also note that the last slot could be a little bit higher or lower than every other slot. If the difference is not much, you can just leave it like that. If the difference is much, you should round it up to the size you have in other slots. So once we have all this in place, we are going to move on to creating our pleat allowance, and there is a calculation to get your pleat allowance. Calculation for your pleat allowance is the size of each slot multiplied by 3. So each slot here is 2.3 centimeter. Now for the pleat box split allowance, I'm going to say 2.3 multiplied by 3, and it's going to give me 6.9 centimeter. So now after each slot, I'm going to impute my pleat allowance, and I'm going to show you how you're going to pleat. So you're going to locate the midpoint of the pleat allowance and place slot 1 on the midpoint. Go to the beginning of slot 2, let it meet your pleat allowance, okay? And that is how you are going to create your box split. Just watch closely what I'm doing. This is one of the easiest ruffle designs you can make, okay? So for the final pleat allowance, it's going to be on fold. So instead of 6.9 pleat allowance, it's going to be 3.45 centimeter, because the last part is on fold and the back is on fold, but the center front is going to be opened. We are going to be lacing the center front with a ribbon. Next step will be to transfer our pattern to fabric. I have gone ahead to interface one side of the fabric. So here I am going to double my fabric, but if you don't want it as structured as mine, you can use just a single layer of fabric depending on the on how weighty your fabric is. Okay, so I'm doubling my fabric. I only interfaced one part of the fabric. So once I do this, I'm going to take this to my sewing machine. Then I'm going to sew around the seam allowance, turn it inside out, and show you what it looks like. So this is the opening where I turned out my fabric from inside out. I would go ahead and close that opening with either a hemming gum or with a hand needle. So next, I'm going to place this fabric on fold, then place my pattern piece on it and mark out the slots and the pleat allowance on my fabric. This is going to help me know where to pleat when I am doing the pleat on my sewing machine. So just watch closely what I am doing. Here I am just showing you what it's going to look like when you start splitting, but it's not very clear because the fabric is dark. I'm just going to show it again on my pattern piece. And for easier pleating, it's advisable for you to draw a broken line or a straight line in between your pleat allowance, so you know where slot 1 and slot 2 are going to meet up. So that is that about that. So after pleating, we are going to secure it down with a ribbon. And for my ribbon measurement, I have gone ahead to cut out a thin strip of fabric. The width of the fabric is 6 centimeter, but the length is based on how long you want your ribbon to be. Also, you need to determine where you want the placement of your ribbon to be. You could decide to place it high up, in the middle, or low down. So what I usually do is I usually place my ribbon 1/3 of the entire ruffle height. Okay, so let us move to the sewing. Now for the sewing, before I place my ribbon on the ruffle, I am going to pleat it first, and I'm going to secure it down with a stitch. This way it is easier. I have also used my heat erasable pen to mark out the pleat allowance and the slot on my main fabric. Now ignore the first line you see there. Initially, I wanted my ribbon to be at the middle, but I decided against that, and I want my ribbon to be about 2/3 to the bottom of my pleat. So I divided my pleat height, my ruffle height, into 3, and I took 1/3 towards the bottom, and that is where I am going to place my ribbon. So this is also dependent on choice. Once you're done with the pleating, before you attach your ribbon, make sure you take the pleated ruffle measurement to be sure that it is the same as your neck measurement that you recorded earlier, because most times when we are pleating, due to some minor errors or some little excesses, it becomes longer. So also in my case, I experienced that. All I had to do was just to trim out the excess, then return the edges, and that was it. So after stitching one end of the ribbon, I proceeded to stitching the other end of the ribbon, and that is all about the pleated ruffle neck ruffle collar. It's very easy and it's very beautiful. So dear gentle sewists, that is all about the pleated neck ruffle. If you learned a thing or two from this tutorial, kindly give us a thumbs up, like the video, share, and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any question or any topic you would like me to teach in my next video, please don't forget to drop a request in the comment section. So the part that looks uneven, that was because the pressing iron almost burnt my fabric, so it made the fabric a bit smaller on that part. So that is that. Thanks again for watching. Bye.